Shalom. First and foremost, gonna give all glory and praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushua Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Peace salutations to the men that's out here pushing the truth. Alright, and shalom to the elect. Alright. Just finna get into this quick lesson. Alright, on the 500, I believe that's the number 500 troops, to each state, I'm for sure that's the number. But I know for sure that they're sending, National Guard troops, all throughout the 50 states, of America, And why is that? Because Esau, so-called white man is about to provoke these people to wrath, basically, He's about to provoke them to make or to do, come up against them, So real quick, because look, Esau, so-called white man, he's taking away these people's comfortability, He's just stripping it from them. All right, from the Section 8, food stamps, all right, these people are seeing that America's paying off, is paying other countries, but here in America, they could barely find a job. All right, so hey, these people are about to lose it, So real quick, Salakia. This is the book of Psalms. This one I'm gonna start off. Psalms 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. All right, because look, Dave was talking about, we're gonna send troops across, throughout the states, just in case, an uprising basically happens. All right, making it seem like they're doing a good job, or they're planning ahead, or whatever, but they're the ones that's causing, that's gonna cause these people to just crash out on them, It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. All right, so war is in his mind. All right, because within this new world order that Esau, the so-called white man, is about to implement. All right, guess what? He has to kill a lot of people. All right, a lot of people gotta die. All right, you've seen in the Georgia Guidestone 600 or Slovakia. 500 million people, that's how many people they want alive for the New World Order, So that's not a lot of people, all right, compared to now. We got 9 billion people around there, all right, so that means they're going to do a fucking bloodshed out here, all right. It says his words softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, all right. So yeah, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, is about to, he's moving, all right. This is 2nd Ezra 9 and verse 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there were peril because of the devices that were come into it. All right, peril going into what? Dangers. All right. So wait, we're coming into some dangerous times. All right, why? Because of the devices. All right, the devices going into what? Schemes, plans. All right, and we know who's in control of the world right now. All right, it says the scripture say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right, so and the wicked being Esau, so-called white man. All right. So what? So this man through his device, through his plans, all right, a lot of death is about to come. All right, and these are the times that the prophet's been speaking about. All right, these are the times that the prophet's been speaking about. We knew, Yahweh Shem Shai gave us the spirit of prophecy. All right, starting off with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right. This is Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the habitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So yeah, Esau, so-called white man. All right, he knows that he has a short time. All right, so guess what? He's about to come down with that great wrath. All right, he about to come down with that great wrath. All right, that's why we got ice agents out here. All right, and guess what? These ice agents, they're in the spirit of that, they're in the spirit of having that great wrath too. All right, you got motherfuckers out here, acting like they're ice, just so they could be out here, kidnapping people. All right. So hey, we're not coming to no pretty times. All right. So you're gonna have ICE out here. You're gonna have these National Guard troops out here. All right. So it's about to get bad. All right. It's about to get bad. All right, in every way. All right, because what this government shutdown is going to keep on happening. They're going to increase it to or basically it's said to keep on going 50 plus more days. I don't know if I worded that right. Continuing to 50 days. All right. So that's gonna make these people bug out. All right. And guess what? They're gonna say like, oh, we got these troops out here so we can keep our country safe. But rather it's gonna be the opposite. Rather to implement martial law. All right. Rather just to just off people off. 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right. So this is what's coming: death and destruction to this world, to the people of this world. All right, because this is what's coming to in the future. All right. There's gonna be wars out here in the streets of America. All right. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another." All right, sedition. All right, what's that going into uprising? Going into uprising against authority. So what? These people are gonna uprise against the government basically. All right. Because hey, this is what the scriptures say. All right, and you see it. These people, hey, they're in that spirit. All right, they're not in that spirit of complying with DJ Trump, but rather coming up against them. All right, it says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, so hey, soon these niggas ain't gonna care about what Trump is talking about. All right, because what they see that this man, he's not for them. All right, he's not for their benefit. But rather for they're seeing that he's basically a deceitful man. That the leaders are deceitful. All right. Verse 17: A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. And that's that martial law. All right. Hey, within these troops, hitting all these states, hey, they can implement martial law. Guess what? You're not gonna be able to be out here, just roaming out here freely. All right. You're not gonna be able to go into the next city. You in, like me. I'm in Indianapolis. I'm trying to go to Chicago. Nah, ain't gonna be no such thing as that. All right. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So see, so niggas ain't gonna, hey, niggas about to be out here killing each other, all right? Because what? Esau, you know, so-called white men, they got food, you know, but what? They're gonna be like, hey, you need to, or Salakia, they're cutting off these SNAP benefits, all right? A lot of people's on SNAP, all right? From my people, all right, to these Edomites, all right? So they got the food. They're like, hey, you and guess what? They're gonna raise the prices, or they already are, you know. But shit's gonna get worse. All right. So what? People are gonna bust in people's houses. All right, friends, families. All right, just killing each other. All right. And this is all coming. You know, this is all coming for the wicked. The wicked. All right, from our people to the heathens, all right, because what? All these people walk in great pride. All right. All right, they gonna be on that China shit, you know, that social credit score shit. All right. Basically, if you don't comply, if you're not a good compliant person, you know, that they want you to be, you know, they're gonna, you know, your social credit score is gonna be what, deemed basically not worthy to access shit, you know. And soon to come, the MOTB is gonna be here, you know. That's gonna play a part in it. That's the major prophecy that we wait on, the MOTB, the micro C-hip. All right, because before that micro C-hip is implemented, they're gonna cause, you know, all type of problems. All right, and then they're gonna come in with that solution, and that solution is gonna be that MOTB. You know. This is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. All right, none is like it. No historic tragedy is going to be able to equal up to these days that we're coming into. All right. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, that's why the prophets out here telling you to get right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, because hey, this day you're not going to be able to escape on your own will or whatever. You know, but rather from the protection of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, it says, but he shall be saved out of the elect is going to be delivered. All right, but these heathens, all right, 2/3, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans going to be destroyed out here. All right, it's going to be a great slaughter out here. All right, a time like never before. All right, Esau going to release robots. All right, going to release these robots to just kill niggas. All right, all that. All right. That's why we tell you, hey, get right with y'all about Shemel Shah. The Lord ain't playing. Lord ain't playing no more. You know. The Lord been speaking. All right. The Lord been speaking using his prophets. All right. To tell you what's come, how to get right. You know. But what niggas wanna scoff. They wanna talk shit. So guess what? Hey, you wanna have a troop in your house. You know. Raping your family, all right? Killing them, all right? Doing all types of crazy shit, all right? And you're not going to be able to do nothing about it, all right? Lord's going to make you watch, you know? Lord about to get crazy. Lord about to get gruesome with niggas out here. I heard this earlier. Did a brother say it? Oh, yeah, I was watching Apostle Rumlaw, but, you know, he was like, hey, they didn't say that. They said slimy, you know. But, hey, the Lord about to get slimy with these niggas, you know. The Lord's about to not play, all right? So that's pretty much it, you know. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the men that's out here pushing this truth. All right, shalom.